Hey guys, Scott here with a not so fun topic today. Today I want to talk about doxing and how Spook and Jukes was doxed recently. And recently I found out that the people involved are also mentioning me for some reason. For those that don't know, Spook and Jukes was doxed and it was pretty bad. His family was threatened. They said they would kill his family. They said where his kids go to school, where his daughter goes to ballet. Just genuinely horrifying shit for any parent. I have been doxed before and it's terrifying. I don't even have a kid and I was very scared. You have to call the police. You have to talk to a detective. You have to file a report. You have to talk about the people involved. You have to have an anti-swatting watch order put in. I have to buy cameras. I had to pay for a security system monthly now. I had to buy a gun. I live in Florida, so I can legally shoot people that come in here. It's an entirely stressful affair that nobody really should have to go through. Again, even if no actual threats are followed up with, most of the time they're not. But the threat of that 1% chance is the shit that keeps you up at night. And to see conversations like this where people are talking about getting my personal information is just scary. It's scary shit. So I feel the need to talk about this. Again, I'm not even saying the person that's did the doxing is going to do anything to me or anything like that. I'm not accusing him of a crime or anything like that. It's just unsettling. I am unsettled by this and I feel the need to talk about it because it all does revolve around River Civer's community. And I'm sure you're sick hearing about this dude. I am as well. But I need to make this clear before I go any further. This is not, hey, you're giving him another platform. You're giving him a voice to speak. No, we're past that now. This is just showing how he's culpable in a chain of events that led to Spook and Jukes' family being threatened with murder, basically. So I want to go over that. He claims no responsibility for any of this. I have proof that that's just simply not true. He has lied so many times about this, and I can just show you that. But let's give a very quick timeline of events. So Spook and Jukes was doxxed on August 15th. On August 16th, he made a video about what had happened, and then afterwards, River Civer made a video defending himself because people assumed it was him because, why wouldn't you? He's obsessed with Spook and Jukes. He talks about him every single video, every stream. It would kind of make sense. So that's why people did that. So River made a video basically defending himself. So the one thing he said that was definitely true is that he did not actually do the doxing, which he did not. He's very sensitive about being slandered here. So all the claims that I'm going to make, I'm either going to show proof or I'm going to use his own words so he can't slander himself. So absolutely, he did not do the doxing himself. The problem is, in his brain, he thinks that means he's not responsible for it at all. So the whole thing, he accuses Spook and Jukes of being responsible for people being doxed because he makes videos on unhinged people, and then apparently one of those unhinged people had some personal information leaked about them by someone in the comments or something like that. Because of that, because of the chain of events that Spook and Jukes started, River Civer feels that he is responsible for the doxing. However, when the same exact logic is flipped back on him, when he initiates a chain of events that results in Spook and Jukes being doxxed to a far worse degree, by the way, he's not responsible at all. So even without any screenshots or proof of anything, I could just end the video here and call him a hypocrite because he is just blaming him for shit that he's currently doing right now. So it already doesn't make any sense. But let's just go further than that because obviously it's not the end of that there. So this is the main piece of supporting evidence I'll be using, and ironically, it was sent to me by River Civer for some reason. He thought that this would be a defense for him not knowing about the doxing or something like that. I still don't know why he sent me this, but I digress. This is directly from him, so it's not fake. This is all you really need to disprove almost everything and every claim that he made in his video defending himself. In his video, he claims he has no involvement with the doxing whatsoever.
I literally have no involvement in this, and Spook's never once insinuated in the video that it was me.
He says that Spook and Jukes doesn't deserve this.
It goes without saying that what's happened to him here sucks, and it's extremely fucked up. Despite what he's caused other people to do to innocent people for just having a bad day, nobody deserves this.
He says he didn't know about the doxing, and he said he doesn't like doxers.
Obviously, I don't like doxers.
This screenshot proves everything I just said completely wrong because this conversation happened before the actual doxing happened. The conversation says, did you know his personal details, talking about Spook and Jukes? I could find out very quickly, indicating it hadn't happened yet. What do you use? A number of tools. He goes over how to actually get the information. And then River says, yeah, fuck it. Just do that. Again, there are many points in this video where I can just end the video here and it would be plenty. He just says, yeah, fuck it, do that. So he talked to the person that did the doxing prior to the doxing, told him to do the doxing, and yet claims that there was no involvement. Spook and Jukes didn't deserve this. He doesn't like doxers, and he didn't know about the doxing. Strangely enough, in River's video defending himself, he actually admits that he inspired the person that did the doxing.
In fact, the main person behind all the doxing is someone I know and someone who's actively been inspired by me because of my videos on Spook and Jukes. They see it as karma, which is kind of insane, because I'm pretty sure Spooks' hit pieces never led to people doxing where their daughter goes to ballet practice or threatening to his wife.
And understandably, he condemned them. He called them kind of a psycho. He said that's kind of unhinged. And he kind of claimed that he doesn't want anything to do with them, which is fair. He actually says here that he stopped talking to him. He calls him a psychopath, which, again, understandable. People that are spending time stalking people's personal info, even if they don't do anything with it, it's still very concerning behavior. So I can at least understand here that he would want to distance himself. But the whole thing is, this still shows that his actions resulted in this person being inspired. He himself admits that the inspiration came from him. And so if you have somebody that is inspired by your work telling you how to dox someone, and then you say, yeah, fuck it, just do that, what do you think is going to happen? He actually tried to weasel out of this in private by saying, I didn't think he'd actually do it. If you brought that to a court of law, they would laugh at you so fucking hard. It's like if you hired an assassin to kill somebody, they explained how to kill somebody, you said, okay, kill that person, then they kill that person, then he gets arrested, and then you get arrested, and you go, I didn't think he would actually do it. Who fucking cares? You've implicated yourself in supporting doxing. Again, I can end the video there, and that's still plenty. You have implicated yourself in supporting this, going against everything you just said in your video where you don't support doxers, you don't like doxers, no one deserves this. Clearly they do. Again, at least he said he was distancing himself from the person that did the doxing. At least he said that. That was like the only responsible thing he did in this scenario. But of course, there's something with that too, because yesterday, he welcomed him back into his Discord and celebrated him with open arms, immediately going back on the thing he just said. He called this guy a psychopath, knows that he doxed someone, and now he's like, you know what, it's fine. Proving that he didn't actually think that, and he's just lying again. Now, I know his brain. I've talked to him, unfortunately, quite a bit, and I know how he's going to try to weasel out of this. He is going to say, well, I found out that the doxer didn't actually issue the threats. He just gave information to people that issued the threats. So he's not responsible at all. It's funny because River is actually using his own piss-poor childlike defense for himself and applying it to other people. So at least his childlike logic is consistent, but it shows how ridiculous it is. And the funniest part about this is the guy that did the doxing actually apologized and did take responsibility for starting the chain of events that led to all of these threats against Spook and Juke's family, which good for him. I don't know how sincere he was because he also made a video later kind of mocking the whole situation, but at the very least he said he took responsibility for the chain of events that led to this and said that he didn't deserve it. River is the only person in this scenario that hasn't taken responsibility yet, despite the fact that they're all as guilty as each other. Like, it does not matter who pulls the trigger. If you're all working together to have this happen, it's just no defense against it. And another defense he tried to use in private was, well, this guy was always going to dox him, so my input didn't matter. Again, in a court of law, they would just fucking laugh at you if you said that. But even if that was the case, even if you're trying to make the claim he would always have done that, we still know that's not true, because if you didn't exist, he wouldn't be inspired by you because of the way you do shit, and he still wouldn't have done it. Like, you yourself said you inspired him. I don't know how you possibly tried to weasel out of these things like this. Here's another private conversation where he accuses me of slander when I said he was directly responsible for the doxing of Spook and Jukes. But again, if we look at this conversation, the day that the doxing happened, they discussed how to dox him, and then he was doxed. If you're actually trying to say that means you're not directly responsible, again, directly responsible does not mean you physically did the thing. It means you had a hand in it happening. You were a cog on the wheel, just like Evil Shrimp was able to admit. You are unable to admit that you were a cog on the wheel, and this is the whole point of this video. I need you to understand the negative impacts that the way your behavior is having on the world, basically. I don't care if you're edgy. I don't care if you say bad words. I don't care about any of that shit. It doesn't really affect me at all. Again, other people find it upsetting, and I still respect their opinions and stuff, but I personally don't care. But when you start going into this shit, where people have to upend their entire lives due to a chain reaction you started, you need to just take responsibility for it. Even if you didn't do all of it, even if you only did some of it, you just need to take some responsibility. That's really all I am asking here. You know, I'm not here to cancel you or anything like that. Honestly, you're going to cancel yourself here. Because as you'll remember, when we had our discussion, I specifically set you up for it and made you say the words, if it's proven that I had more involvement in the doxing than I'm letting on, if I had more knowledge of this than I'm letting on, when you claimed you had no knowledge at all, that you would delete your channel. I think what? You knew about the doxing.
You think I helped them? You think I helped them?
I maybe not helped him. I don't think that would even be necessary. You've already shown he knows how to do that. If anything, you would just be giving him the go-ahead to do it.
I've been dealing with my own people trying to dox me on Twitter.
Okay, that's sad, but that's not what I'm talking about.
Okay, but like, why would I want to dox someone else, especially when I'm done with him?
I don't know, but I think you're lying.
Well, what makes you say that?
I just think you're lying. I think you actually are way more involved than you thought, and you're scared of it.
What is your burden of proof?
I don't have one, but here, look, you know what? I will believe you. I will just straight up believe you if you just say, I don't know. Yeah, I will, River Civer will delete my channel if it's proven that I actually knew more than I let on. If you say that, I will just shut the fuck up. We can move on to the actual part about you.
Sure, I'll delete my channel. Like, I don't know why this is, okay, like...
So there you go. Delete your channel.